Hi, it's Amber Garvey back to talk to you again about view options. So let's talk about the options that you have with layout during viewing in a Google Meet. So if you go to the three-dot menu in the bottom right-hand corner and you choose Change Layout, there are some new layout options that Google Meet has provided for you. Most specifically is the tiled view. You'll notice it gives you up to 49 tiles that you can choose to use when you are viewing students. Now, this helps because then you're able to see all your students in one place. I do want to show you that if you set it somewhere that you like, for example 30, when you go back out and you come back in, it may automatically adjust, so you may have to come to tiled and change that each time. So that's something you may want to do each time you log in, is go ahead and set it at your preference. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off so that you can see there are some different styles that you can use, but that's the one that most of the time teachers would like to use with their students so they can see all their students at once that are joining remotely. So now that we've talked about how to get others looking the way we want them to in our Google Meet session view, I want to talk about thinking about yourself. So I like to make sure that I show up in the grid so that it reminds me that I'm on camera. So I'm going to go up to the grid and I'm going to hover over my little square at the top, and you'll notice you can pin yourself to the screen, but I'm not going to pin myself. I'm going to show myself in a tile. That means that I'll be included in the tiles with all the other participants in the meeting. This is super helpful because for me, it reminds me you're on camera, because a lot of times when we're presenting or we're just having conversations or listening to our students have a dialogue, we start looking at those little boxes and forget that we are on screen. So when I see myself in that box, I'm like, oh yes, don't forget, look up at the camera, stay engaged, and it reminds me, hey, you're still on camera. So that's just something that I like to do. If you don't want to appear as a tile, you can also click remove tile and then you'll just see your participants. But I just wanted you to know that that's something that I like to do so that it reminds me that I am on camera. So again, to change your view, you'll go down to more options, change layout. You'll get the view that you want, and you remember you can change the number of tiles that show up as you have more participants, as well as remembering that you can pin certain users. If you want to pin them to the screen, you can pin and unpin them, and you might want to tell your students to pin you to the screen. And then you have the ability to go to your box and either show or hide yourself as a tile. So these are great tips to keep in mind when you're thinking about view options in Google Meet.